in some way. So do you still think like e-commerce SEO is still critically important for online stores as
These 8, 9 years of journey has uh, kept me on my toes with everything on the Google side as well as the algorithm side.
when and how did you get started in SEO? Yeah, is that a long time or
Yes,
like
you
what?
need e-commerce for SEO for e-commerce website.
Has been changed in the last 2 years now with the Google, and the algorithm is getting sharp or something. E-commerce a little different in some fashion. What I've seen, e-commerce it's still not that bad.
Interested in getting leads? Are you interested in getting more business? So we have a solution, and these websites or this can give you more sort of.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Gen Z Growth Lab, and we have a fantastic episode lined up for today with a special guest who is helping e-commerce brands achieve the ultimate goal of generating traffic and leads through SEO. Welcome Muffadal Sadriwala, who is SEO manager at Assemblymana. He's a speaker, trainer, mentor based in Dubai. So, how are you, Muffadal?
Yeah, yeah, I'm doing good. Well, how are you? How about you? How's it going?
Um, yeah, I'm good. Thanks. Yeah, thanks for asking. With my dreams and enjoying SEO and all the client SEO kind of things every single day. So yeah, Muffadal, you based in Dubai, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm based in Dubai. It's correct. I mean, am on and off between Dubai and Mumbai, but yeah, I majorly work for the MENA region, which is the Middle East and the North African region, which covers approximately 8 to 12 countries in that region. But the primary market that I work for is UAE, Saudi, Bahrain, Qatar, Oman, Kuwait, Egypt, Lebanon. All of these markets is where we work for. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, just so tell us a bit about yourself. I mean, like when and how did you get started in SEO? Yeah, is that a long time or like what?
Yeah, yeah, it has been a long time now. So I think every SEO has this one push of I mean, obviously whenever you ask this question to an SEO, they will be like, oh, this triggered that, or this moment is when it started basically. So a similar kind of story with me when I was just out of college in 2015, 2016. I was very curious about what happens online, and how you can earn money over there, etc. And then a good part was I had a friend who used to do something online and used to earn approximately a good chunk of 30, 40K just by doing some gigs for an hour or something. It was back in college. Obviously, a 30, 40K is a very good amount over this. I was very curious and I asked him, okay, what do you do around? And then can you also try to teach me that? So at that time, he taught me something called as lead generation SEO, or called as rank and rent. So what we used to do is we used to find tier 2 niche, sorry, a tier 2 city like Memphis or Plano, or let's say um, some in the UK as well, Brighton, Manchester, a lot of these cities in the developed countries, and then we used to find a high-paying niche like chiropractors or dentists or physiotherapists,
Yep.
plumbers, all of these things, and then we used to buy an exact match domain, stuff content from Fiverr, buy some links from Fiverr, and then all of these efforts used to lead that website to rank on Google on page one for primary keywords such as physiotherapist in let's say San Francisco, or a chiropractors in Pune or something like that. These keywords. And then when that started to happen, we used to get calls from people who are looking for these services. And then when we had all of those warm leads, we used to go back to these practitioners and then sell them off that, okay, are you interested in getting leads? Are you interested in getting more business? So we have a solution, and these websites or this can give you more sort of those things. And then the way the setup used to be like, okay, either you rent this website for a month, or for every month you pay me your rent, or you buy this buy this off website for a one-off money. And then that way, and then I continued that for a year or two. And then I joined an agency, which is where I worked initially as an intern, and that's where I learned the white hat way of doing. It was not black hat, but it learned the ethical way of doing SEO, if I can say that. Where I learned about, okay, how do you go about pitching clients, obviously all the client and agency relationship and a lot of those things basically. So I worked there for almost 5.5 years and learned everything from scratch, and then I left that and then joined iProspect in 2020. Worked there for almost 7 months, worked on a couple of large enterprise brands over there, and now I'm in Assembly Global here in the MENA region, working for almost the last 2 years now. So yeah, obviously all of these 8 9 years of journey has uh, kept me on my toes with everything on the Google side as well as the algorithm side, as well as the different markets that I worked in, the different kind of niche brands, everything. So yeah, great journey so far, and I'd say it has just started. So look forward to a lot more such years, because obviously Google keeps us on our toes. They're always like changing stuffs, and then we need to be very much yeah, I mean forefront about it. So yeah.
True, true, true. No, the lot has been changed in the last 2 years now with the Google, and the algorithm is getting sharp, and especially it's been doing more crazy for content side, content
Yeah.
marketing blogs or something. E-commerce a little different in some fashion. What I've seen, e-commerce it's still not that bad when it started and today now, because algorithm part is very different for the e-commerce as I understand. So yeah, you will mainly work like in, I know in the e-commerce sector. So with a lot of companies, I mean, like the e-commerce company brands, they go more after the paid marketing. What I've seen, even with
Yeah.
our brand, so we prefer to go with the paid marketing than waiting for the SEO sometimes, because we feel it like it's a quick money. Spending every dollar in, you can get $1 out in some way. So do you still think like e-commerce SEO is still critically important for online stores as well?
Yeah, I mean, that's a very very great question, and I see this a lot in my current experience of working with e-commerce brands as well. Uh, a couple of bits, just if I can answer this in a one line answer would be yes, you need e-commerce for SEO for e-commerce website. Obviously, that's obviously a big yes, because if you don't, then you'll always keep on spending that money on paid. And as you all are aware, obviously the way the paid the CPCs are going high, the
Mm,
competition is also increasing. A lot of players obviously jumping in every day in the market, and obviously all the big players having more money than you, like they can burn 1 million rupees or a dollar or whatever your currency you utilize probably in a day. That can be your monthly or a bi-yearly budget, right? So you cannot compete with them obviously on the paid side of things, and I'm not saying it's easier to compete with them on the SEO side of things as well, but at least you stand a chance if you do everything correctly, obviously, because the larger the brand is. This is something I also experienced in my days of working with iProspect. I was working with a lot of large brands, basically, but then very honestly, I was also not. I mean, the biggest problem with working with large brands is that it's very difficult to move the implementation needle for an SEO or even for any of the marketing team. If you require something, it can be a very basic fix like probably fixing the canonical tag or updating them title, description, etc. Very basic SEO stuffs that we do. Moving those needles are also very difficult because there is a long list of approvals. Then okay, you need to go to this person, that person, etc. So you, as a if you're a medium to small brand, you stand a chance over there to outrank them, to compete with them with having better content, better architecture, better authority, better outreach ideas, better PR
yep.
ideas, etc. And then that's obviously where you can stand out and at least compete with them. Might not happen obviously in the at the very start, but obviously you all are aware SEO takes time. So that's basically the second bit of it. The third bit I would say is also a perspective that usually the paid and the SEO team has is, it's either this versus that. and I've seen again a lot of this happening. What I believe, and a lot of SEOs take this approach is, whenever we are trying to pitch, let's say for SEO, let's say the agency is working with a client for paid marketing, and then you're trying to pitch an SEO for that, or vice versa, right? I think the way the approach should be like, okay, you're doing paid marketing, that's great. Probably pick some budgets from there, or give us additional budget to try out with SEO as well, because over the time your SEO will help you save a couple of $1 million in your paid marketing budget, and that's the way it can happen. It's not okay you need to do SEO or paid, but it's more of a synergy that SEO and paid both are equally important for you to run the business. But being reliant on any of these channels can obviously in the longer run be very obviously hurtful or for the brand, right? So it's always good to be synergized with, even if that's a separate agency, it's very difficult. But yeah, even if it's in the same agency, there should be a synergy of paid and the SEO team so that they all can work together. It's great for the brand in that way, because if you're trying to be okay this versus that, then obviously the brand loses out. And this is something that the marketing heads of at the brand side needs to be very about on how they can marry both the teams together and the data can be utilized. A very sweet example or basic example of that would be, okay, for a certain base of keywords you're struggling to rank via organically, share that list
Mm,
of keywords with your paid team and ask them to bid more on those keywords. And
mm,
for a certain set of keywords you're already ranking on position one, which is what you're
mm.
getting via organic, request the paid team to probably dial down their budget or probably have them add more keyword in their campaign, so that you're saving on somebody some budget on this side and then putting it some other side over there.
Yep.
So I think that's the way the conversation should happen. And over the time, yes, the SEO is going to save them, and that's what I was saying. It's a big yes, because it is going to save them a lot of money, which they would either had to spend via paid marketing. And the moment you stop, obviously, everything is gone. You don't have any credibility for Google. It was like, okay, you were spending money, you were burning money, and then khalas, now it's done. So SEO obviously helps them over there. Like very recently, we helped one of our brands that I work with almost save $1 million, sorry, a million dirham in almost 25 lakh in a month, by driving those clicks organically. They were what they were spending on paid for discovery searches like, okay, women's shoes,
Yep.
women dresses, men's jeans, etc. All of these discovery keywords, they were spending money, and then we are now driving all of those clicks organically. So that's the way I think this is obviously a very, that's the second point. These the, the team needs to work in together rather than working in silos over there. Yeah, I think that basically sums up the answer for why SEO is crucial and why obviously only paid marketing cannot be reliable channel for for the brand.
So when it comes to SEO, obviously there is the different platforms. There's a Shopify, there's a WooCommerce. Let's talk. Let's take Shopify for example. Like there's let's take a hypothetical scenario for example. So for the Shopify, it's a home page, it's a collection page, it's a product page, and obviously it's a blog post as well. So there are four different pages we are trying to focus on right now: home page, collection page, and then it comes to the product page and the blog post. So what is your scenario in that case by loading out the content? Or you can say what key elements you're trying to keep it, because obviously homepage is talking more about the brand, what the brand is, what kind of products they've got, what kind of sales and everything they've got, what kind of offers they've got, testimonials, all that. So homepage is very generic, we all know. Now let's come to the collection page. Do you guys actually put the content on the collection page? How do you make sure like the collection page is going to get ranked as well? And then it comes to the product page as well. Like what, how do you go about optimizing your product page? So the question is very simple: collection page, product page, how do you go about optimizing these two pages with your team?
Yeah, a very very common question that usually comes across, which is glad that you touched on that point. I think you're very correct about the homepage. Just to answer that bit first, because it's more about your brand. So your chance of probably having, I don't want to use this word, but more of an SEO content, which is what everyone does it. But yeah, more of an SEO content that is utilized or used to have, your keyword density and everything becomes lesser on the homepage. But yeah, that should not be stuffed or put over there, because that's the most authoritative page on your website, and that is anyways going to rank. So I would not worry much about homepage, but yes, I will just try to target a keyword, which is what my primary services are, which can be, if you look at, let's say, a Mintra or the Flipkart homepage, you'll look at their titles and descriptions, you'll see, okay, they are trying to rank for the keywords like online shopping, which is very, very generic, a very broad query, has a lot of searches, but yeah, they're trying to rank for those keywords, or fashion online or fashion shopping, etc., which is obviously makes sense. So that's something that we can target over there. But if you are, let's say, um, specific or a niche brand who is selling, let's say, graphic t-shirts, right? So you can start your homepage targeting with those kind of searches, like, okay, graphic t-shirts online, or probably uh, graphic t-shirts wholesale or something like that, so that that can become your niche, and then you're not competing with all of these bigger or the larger brands over there. Coming to the collection slash PLPs, we call them as PLPs in the market, which is product listing page or category pages. So yeah, I think content is a very, very crucial element on this page, because that helps Google understand what the page is about. That helps Google understand the context of the page. At least the keywords that we try to put in on these pages helps Google understand the context, the way the page, the content is structured, and then a lot of these things helps in our favor. What we should be obviously avoiding is not to stuff keywords, not to make it like obviously a page or a content where it is solely written for search engines, which is what we call it as an SEO content. I'd say you need to maintain or strike that balance and do it over there, rather than just trying to be okay. This is completely SEO content and this is completely written for the humans. Yes, written for humans is great, but you also need to be wary about the SEO side of elements and everything over there. So yeah, content is very important on the collection pages. Um, One very important aspect that we need to consider is also looking at the competition competition for the keywords that you're trying to rank for. Probably if I'm sitting with 100 or 200 words of content on this page, and my competition is writing probably 1000 words of content on the collection pages, then that's definitely not going to help me with it. I know keyword length or word length is not a ranking factor, and a lot of time they have said it, but with the very recent Google leaks and everything, a lot of our hypotheses have also come through. So we always believe that long content usually helps Google understand the context of the page better, and
Excellent.
that leads to better ranking.
Yeah.
So I'll not get into that argument, oh, it's long or short does not matter. It matters depending on the keyword that you're trying to rank for. But if I'm targeting a keyword which is very low in let's say difficulty, I might rank probably without content as well. So that's something that we need to be very about on the type of website that you rank. I think a lot of SEOs who start with generally misses this point out, and they try to compete with the larger brands without thinking if they will even be able to rank for it or not. Example, I'll try to search rank for the keyword women dresses. I can see all the big names ranking on page 1, and a couple of them ranking on page 2 as well. Probably Amazon is pushed to page 2 because Jabong, Mintra, Tata Click, all of these have done great SEOs, and they're ranking on page 1 already. So you cannot even stand a chance probably with the page 2 rankings if all of these are ranking. So probably try to diversify or pick up a long tail keyword which you can easily rank for, and then accordingly create your content for that. Once you've achieved that and over the time your authority is improved, try to then rank for these broad keywords and then go over that. So content is very crucial, and along with that, links to these pages are also very crucial. I know this question is specifically about content, but yes, content and links, both of these is very crucial for these pages. And the last point, PDPs or the product description pages or product pages, I would say for the very long period of time, product pages have been I would not say ignored, but sort of ignored in terms of when it comes to content on these pages. Whatever is being added is majorly for the user, and it's a short content which is being added, which is great. I mean, having content for the user, because that is going to help them in making the decision of if they want to purchase this product or not. If that's a sofa, the size needs to be mentioned. It needs to be in inches, in meters, in centimeters. However, the way the user wants to measure it, what's the length,
Mhm.
etc. A lot of these factors are crucial over there. But this content is scattered in tables, or probably a short description is added about the product, and which is also duplicated mostly on most of the pages. If it's a similar kind of a sofa, then the content is duplicated. If the brand is also selling on Amazon or other e-commerce aggregators, then the content is also duplicated in all of these pages, which is where your product page performance probably is not that great, and that's where you stand a chance of improving that. So I would say adding more content to product pages can also help you ranking the product pages very specifically. Example, someone searching for the keyword three-seater leather sofa brown, which is a very specific query, right? Your product page can rank for it because you already have a product page which is indexed, which is the three-seater, and then all of those keywords are mentioned over there. So, and the more specific the query is, the higher the intent
Do
is.
you think that having too much content can actually affect the CRO factors on that product page itself as well?
I agree. Like I said, the short content that we have on the product pages is obviously because of the user experience and the conversions. But I was just adding this point as well, that very recently I was looking at all the AI overviews that are showing up in the US, and Google in the AIO for any of the e-commerce or the transactional query that is where, yeah, AIO has been generated. Google is showing up product pages rather than category pages in the AI overviews. So if you're searching for probably best air fryer, Google is not showing you a category page. They are showing you a product page which has obviously good content. And I'm not saying to stuff the content. Basically, try to talk more about your product specifics. Try to talk more about your product. Try to probably add reviews. Obviously, reviews again a crucial factor for you ranking in the AI overviews over there. But just at least the content bits help Google understand. And this is where, like I was saying at the start, that product pages are mostly ignored for this reason. But now I think the importance of product pages optimizations are going to go up because of the same reason, that this is very crucial for them, for us to now focus on it, because Google tends to pick up these product pages depending on the user experience, the content, the reviews that are being given, even the merchant seller ratings, merchant reviews. A lot of these factors come together, and that's how that data comes in. So that's the approach I've started taking for product pages. Category pages is almost remain the same, the way we are doing it for now. But yeah, more human centric content, or sorry, human centric and SEO content on category pages, and more human centric and, I would say, extensive content on product pages can help us achieve results for both of these type of pages.
Yeah. How about the AI content? Are you guys using the AI content? So, are you guys
Yeah.
using the AI content these days, or you still prefer to use the human writers for that? And how is it
Uh,
performing in commerce SEO right now?
no, no. So we obviously have a long, I would say, or a large team of human content writers, and they write our content for the product slash e-commerce sort of category and the blogs. I think AI obviously is helpful, and it generates content, which is great. But what we are utilizing that more or less is for generating ideas, or probably creating a layout for the blog or the content that we're trying to rank for. We are probably putting keywords or getting some keyword ideas from there, not taking that bluntly or blindly, but
Yep.
using that efficiently to save some hours, which is usually spent on, let's say, creating a structure of the content, and proofreading it, or probably using a paid tool for doing that, etc. Probably for internal linking, etc. So that's where we are using AI over there, but the content is written by humans scratch, or at least with the layout that we have, and the words and everything are minced in that way. And I think with the usage of AI, if everyone is using AI, then this becomes your unique selling point. This becomes your I mean, obviously, your USP over there. So why not utilize that and keep that over there? And then over the time, Google will figure out a way of probably, differentiating between AI, and that's something that they also did very recently with the helpful content update at CU, and that's something that they might do get more better in the future as well. But yeah, and then also a different perspective on that is Google. I mean, everyone is talking about AI. Google is probably taking the other approach in their search results. They are trying to promote more forums like Reddit and Quora. They obviously, we are all are aware, they did a very recent tie-up with Reddit on utilizing their content in their search results, right? So they are doing that to encourage or to tell the users. To the Google users that okay, people are talking about AI, but what you're talking about is the human content, the actual human thing that has been written, that has been discussed on these forums, which is more of a conversation rather than a blog, which is probably written by an AI, which is a perspective that you're reading just from one person. But if you probably go to Reddit, you will see discussions, you'll see different perspectives on a question, etc. And that's why they're trying to push that. Similarly, that they also put that perspective tab in the search results, which is also promoting videos from TikTok, from the human influencers or content creators. So that's why I think Google is trying to take that approach as well on making their search results more, or keeping it more human interactive or human generative rather than AI generative, is what I think that as a perspective.
No, I agree to this. I agree to this. Like, AI can actually provide the factual data, but human writers are still required at some point or no to write it down, because AI can't really get all those kind of emotions into the things as well. When it comes to the product purchases, the
Yeah.
emotions, they play a very important role in figuring out if it's good or not. Now that's good. Just a very couple of questions, Mufdal. That's one of question is that is the link building side. Like, do you prefer to build out links? Or how do you actually segregate the links when you're telling your team to do follow this pattern to the home page, to the product pages, to the collection pages? How do you go about segregating those? And what is the best thing? Like you said, you guys use white hat tactics. Is there like producing the right kind of a content on the e-commerce website blog post, and then you go and outreach different blogs for to get a natural link back to the pages? Is that how it happened? Because if that happens in that way, then the 90% of the links which the AI teams must be preparing should be coming to the blog post and not to actually to the product pages or to the collection pages. In that case, how do you manage the situation?
Um, Couple of questions. I'm just trying to recollect all of those. So I'll just first try to answer the last bit of your question, which is if you're sorry, you're saying something.
Yeah, no, no, that's all right. That's segregating the links. How do you go about
Two
segregating
two
them?
things. I think two parts to your question. One is what strategies do we use to build links to our website and to have a diversification of homepage, category, product, and blog pages. And if we are using content marketing or long form articles for creating links, then how do we go about passing that link equity to the internal pages? Is that what your question is?
Yes.
Okay, so I just first answer the second part of your question first. I think, yeah, I mean, content marketing should be the or is the best way to build links organically to your website, and this is where a lot of your PR and very digital PR and a lot of those things comes into play over there, where you probably pick up a topic, you create content about it, and then you go about and promote that content to journalists, to bloggers, etc. That way. So that usually is great, and that's a great way of doing that. It involves a lot of I would say research, statistics, data, and everything, but that's the kind of effort that you at least need to put in if you really need some great links onto your blogs. So yeah, content marketing is a great way of doing that, which attracts natural links, as well as you can do content marketing and reach out to bloggers asking for links to your websites or to your pages over there. But I would not worry much about if a lot of my links are consolidated towards blog pages. Not a lot, but some of them are consolidated toward my blog pages and not to the product page or the category page. Because again, with the very recent Google leaks, we have also understood that there are two types of there is two way probably in which Google takes the site authority into account. One is a site level authority, and there is something called as page level authority. So if that content that I'm trying to rank is giving informational data or giving informational answering the informational queries of the users, which can rank for probably best dresses for prom night, or best let's say dress for evening parties, etc., right, which is trying to answer these type of queries. Why would I not try to get traffic from these, which can at least help me in the discovery side of things, where the user will land onto my website and discover the content, and probably also discover the brand that we are selling out all of this over there. And the second very crucial part of passing this link equity is utilizing the internal links over there. So when you have the content on this page, give a link back to your product pages, to your category pages, probably have within this long form content, uh, different folds in between, to link back to your category slash product pages from there, so that in between the user is also looking at these specific things over there, the specific items basically, which is again helps them in making their probably journey easier. Okay, right now they are probably in the discovery phase, but then they will probably move on to a decision making phase. So these caveats with them, and also help Google understand that okay, this page is talking about best dresses from prom, but then they also have linked a couple of category and product pages, which is where I can also understand okay, this pages are about these category pages are about prom and everything. And that context of that link also helps Google understand that if someone is directly searching for prom dresses, then these are the pages that I can rank for, because it has got great internal link equity flowing, and the external link equity to those pages also very great, which is coming in from external websites over there. So I think that's how the overall web flow works over there, so that we
Yeah.
can.
So you mean to say building out the links for the good PR articles, and then from that one you go and create the internal links to your product pages or even to the category pages, and
Correct,
even bit of a diversification goes with the brand name, something to the homepage as well.
correct.
And then this is how it's a safe manner to get the links in a more outreach way, then actually rather than paying the bloggers and get the links done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's I mean, you said it correct, but I'm not to be very honest trying to say okay, the paid side of things or the paid blogger things are should not be done. Like I said, it needs to be a balance of activity that we do over here. So for content marketing, creating long form content, obviously these can attract links, or you need to do content marketing. And answering the first part of your question, what are the strategies that we use? It's a mix of strategies that we utilize over here, which involves some links that we reach out to other bloggers, and then create an article for them, like do a collaboration with them, and do that for very top level or very broad keywords that we want to try to rank for. That's one approach. Second approach is also to obviously look at the unlinked brand mentions that we have from DHLS, that we utilize that data and try to reach out to those websites as well, to probably have a link back to our home page or any of the category page that has been talked about. What we also do is a couple of brands that we work with are large brands or big enterprise brands, so they do a lot of PRs very frequently. So we collaborate with their PR team, and then we ensure that whatever PR articles are going on these
Get a link.
news websites, they at least add a backlink to our website. Even if a lot of these news websites have a policy of not giving links, but we try to push them. Even if that's a no follow, at least try to add that. Now I know no follow does not pass link equity, etc., but it's better to have something rather than having nothing over there, right? So at least that can also add a signal. Okay, it's a no follow, but I'm aware of this brand which has already got links from other so many great websites. So this
Yep,
even if it's a no follow, I mean, I would consider that probably when it's a tiebreaker, so
yep,
that's again a third strategy that we utilize over there. Then we also keep a tab on our links that we have built so far, or other links that the brand usually builds organically,
Yep.
and keep an eye on any of the broken links that happen and try to fix them over there. Either the problem could be on our side or the blogger
Absolutely.
side, and we try to reach out to them and then fix all of those things over there. So yeah, I mean, a couple of all of these strategies that we utilize, and that helps us in having a 360 approach to link building, and not just relying on just one part of it, of only doing guest blogging or only being doing content marketing, because content marketing is time consuming. Guest blogging is more of a gray area over there. So yeah.
No, that's cool, man. No, thanks for all that info, Muffadal, because when it comes to e-commerce SEO, there's a lot of bits and pieces be lying around. So it's more important to put them all together using a proper 360-degree approach to get the things done and make a brand a good, long, sustainable brand rather than just focusing 100% on the paid media. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yes, that's where the e-commerce really helps. Thanks for giving all that value to the viewers. And just a very final thing, if the people have to know more about you, have to find you, or need any kind of help, what is the best way to connect with you? Is it via LinkedIn or somewhere else?
No, no, I think LinkedIn is the best place to connect with me if you want to get in touch with me regarding anything. So feel
Mhm.
free. I usually reply to all my DMs in on LinkedIn.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that's a great way.
That's it.
And I
Yeah,
also share
no worries.
some bits of content on LinkedIn as well. So if anyone fancy some ideas, some dark memes, some very uh, humor about SEO. So yeah, feel free.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'll put your LinkedIn URL in the description post as well for anyone in case they want to come and follow your content up there. Should be very helpful. No, thanks for that, Abdul. That was really nice talking to you, bro.
That's same here. I mean, a great conversation that we had. A lot of refresher for me as well. So yeah, thanks for having me. I hope the conversation was helpful, would be helpful for the users, and see you all uh, on LinkedIn. So yeah, let's see.
No, well, thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Take care.